Welcome back, Mike. And in conclusion, I'm going to ask you to do what no appraiser has ever dared to do before, and that is prognosticate. You're not, that's not your job to be a predictive modeler. So what direction, and I know you can only speak to your local market. What do you think is going to happen in your local market going forward?
Yeah, I'll start with the 50,000 foot view, and then I'll try to narrow it down to give some more personal experience. But basically, so interest rates have been the overwhelming topic of conversation for the narrative that, home prices are going to go down. But, if we really look at it, that's really only affecting the demand side. So other factors to consider on the demand side, of course, are going to be wages and the ability to afford your monthly mortgage, especially in this inflationary environment. So wage inflation is going to need to catch up with product and service inflation. On the supply side, you have all these owner occupants and investors that are locked into low interest rates, either through new money with new purchases or refis over the past 2 years. So, they're not going to have much of a motivation to sell. And then also on that supply side, you have, labor and supply shortages, material shortages. So doing my best to avoid the actual direct answer here. But, of course you hit on it, right? So it's submarket by submarket. And in my particular area, you have a lot of people that are coming from, New York, Philadelphia. They're not necessarily fleeing these urban environments, but there is a momentum behind Lancaster due to the arts and culture that, quite frankly, I feel like right now, especially in post COVID-19 in quotation marks, in terms of like the worst of it, I think people are yearning for community and in arts and culture and stuff like that. So I think those communities are going to do very well. It's difficult for me to really opine on a trend for where working from home all of a sudden now has become more popular. There's a rise in people starting their own companies. So it's like the rise of the entrepreneur. Where do those people want to live? There's just so many other factors out there. But ultimately, I think if I were going to be direct, is that we have so many supply side constraints that are going to be offsetting the demand side influences, such as interest rates, that I personally don't think that home values will be moving that much, or at least as dramatically as what some people might think. Another thing to consider is that a lot of the people that are owning houses right now are middle upper class, like they're well qualified people, right? So basically the people that were winning deals over the past 24 months were very well qualified. And so if you just take a step back and look at 2008, a lot of the foreclosure supply that hit the market was based off of underqualified people. I don't think that we will have that same foreclosure wave because we have more qualified homeowners. Not to say that it won't happen. I just don't know that demographic of supply is going to hit the market. So it's quite a bit different. I don't want to,
It is different.
No. Yeah, I don't want to compare it to 2008 by any means.
No,
but
there's always things that rhyme.